dolmens are a topic I'm not unfamiliar with. So I guess for the wider audience, how would you describe what a dolmen is and their cultural significance? What is that?
Lasse?
Yeah. I'm not particularly an expert in their background archaeologically, but there's a lot of megalithic burial sites strewn all over Denmark, especially in my area in the southeastern corner of Denmark. And there's usually a lot of local folklore attached to these places. A lot of them has been torn down to make place for fields and farmlands over the years, or repurposing the stones in construction. But a lot of the surviving ones have had legends attached to them, and about someone from folklore being buried in there, or there being a treasure, or ghosts, or a lot of different kind of legends.
Many of them have survived because of the legends, actually. So.
Yeah. There's also don't destroy the burial mound, or you will get cursed.
Is there like Is there like maps of what those locations are currently, or would the government have those?
Yeah. There's a lot of different ones. So we're trying to collect the ones that are most interesting to look at. A lot of them are just very destroyed, just part of rocks in a forest somewhere. Or
it's a bit of a balance, I guess, because some of them are really nice and they maybe not have the most interesting legend, and others have a super interesting legend and are not that much.
Yeah.
So it's the whole spectrum.
We're trying to strike a balance.
Just one thing about these different kind of grave mounds and all this. I mean, the dolmens, you can say they are among the oldest, I guess, going back to 3,000 to 4,000 before Christ. And then you have the Jættestue, the passage graves. They come after, but they are built in a very short period, actually, of a few hundred years.
It's the funnel bigger culture.
So how do they structurally look differently?
They are bigger, and they have the passage graves have like a passage inside where you can like walk into like a chambered area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
what would typically be inside?
The Bronze Age mounds after that period. Sorry.
So when you walk in one of these chambers, what would typically be found when they were excavated? Would it be like a single skeleton? Would there be like their possessions, or what would typically be found there?
Well, I mean, it's different. Lasse can probably. I think you're a lot more connected to that kind of the whole thing with the passage graves, but it was not. It was maybe more of a ritual area than it was actually a grave thing.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Some places it's very collective graves for a family or a village. In other places, it's more distinct into certain families or a chieftain or something like that.
Nice.
But I think they are very interesting locations to explore, especially the ones that have been renovated, so you can enter them, and you'll need to crawl around for a lot of them. But I went to one a couple of days ago, which has a huge chamber inside. It's not so that you can stand up; you can sort of crunch in there. But it's a really impressive what's it called, architectural feat for the time. It's huge stones, and it's very how do you say it? It's very neatly put.
Yeah, really. It's again, it's these passage graves were built in, what is it, a 400-year period or something like that.
Yeah, the funnel bigger period.
The truck.
Yeah.